The game has begun, everybody.
Someone from California?
Yeah.
The monk is he lives in the building that houses the BattleNet server.
Oh, okay. Greater than 10 ping, what a noob.
At least we did Echo Isles, because we all know Monk knows this map for sure. And we got a pause.
Monk is like 300 ping. Oh, okay. Alright, he just learned that Jatz has built altar first.
Wait,
and
I'm gonna lose another viewer.
Monk, you gotta keep it
Oh,
up.
Todd's here now.
You should
I'm gonna let
mute
Paz do all the actual analytics.
The analytics, alright. Well, Monk
Todd,
here.
Michael isn't here. Michael is not here, Todd.
Is Monk gonna whip out the build that Todd taught him? The 2 farm, 1 tower tech? Maybe. He's got a decent base build so far. If he builds that tower to the left of this farm, he'll cover most of the important areas of his base, as well as be very forward facing to deal with that pesky Farseer. Meanwhile, on Jat's side, it is a barracks opening. It doesn't look like Headhunters. It looks like he's going to do Farseer Grunts, maybe with a proxy shop down here.
I always gotta wonder with Jatz. We always make fun of him, you know, for being the FSHH guy, but is that what he's like known for on your guys' server too, or is it just in gym we make fun of him for that?
He does play a lot of Headhunters. He's just very uncomfortable with Blade Master in general. He doesn't. He
Man, I just
used to play a lot of 2v2.
I got absolutely abused by Jatz in Farseer Hunter in Woo League.
No, he's good at it. That's why it's like, but sometimes a little predictable.
First thing that's interesting here is that Monk is going for the Archmage. I know he was practicing with Mountain King on this map quite a lot. We did a number of games.
This is the Todd build.
It's the Todd build and it's the Farseer. So I don't know. He might go for the Merc Camp. And then we have the Peon going for the Proxy Shop as well. So everything kind of working out very standard so far.
Is Proxy Shop normal? I don't see it very much usually.
It's pretty good on this map if you think they're going to go for Merc Camp. But they don't always go for the Merc Camp.
I would never play Echo Isles versus Human. But that's because I'm bad.
Now, true. Oh, the Peon's actually not proxying shop. He's going all the way.
Scout the Merc Camp. Nice.
He might get to buy the Priest if he goes through Merc Camp. And Monk, he practiced literally like 20 plus games doing the Merc Camp and has decided not to go for it.
Jatz can't buy the Priest. Oh no, he can. He did second burrow.
Yeah, he does this specifically to counter people who go for the Merc Camp. But there's no Merc Camp to be had. So now Jatz is just going to come in and the tower is going to be up in about 5 seconds. It's going to be very hard for Jatz to get anything done. All he can do here is put on a little bit of pressure, and Monk will get a free level 2 at any point he militia creeps the green below his base.
That's what Jatz should be sending a grunt over for.
So because he did this 2-burrow tech, Jatz is now only just going to start to tech at the exact same time as his opponent. Now, normally with a 1-burrow tech, you'd be 30 plus seconds ahead. Instead, completely even game.
This is quite nice.
The Proxy Shop is down.
This is quite nice by Jatz.
Steals the creep.
Stealing the creep.
And chasing with the Farseer so that he knows exactly that Monk is going for his own green.
And here's the third grunt already. Third grunt coming.
He's looking for the
Monk
shop,
also
I think,
playing very clever. Looking really clean. Monk's going to go for the green down the bottom right. Oh, if he loses this footman, that hurts.
See if Jatz does a block? No.
No, I think he could potentially chase the footy into the base and kill it with the wolves though and just sack him. Monk will get level 2 off this camp. There's nothing around to slow him down.
Yeah,
but he's going to tank a lot of damage for it.
Monk lost that footy. The peon or the footy right now. Lost the footy.
Footy did die.
Yeah.
If he stops this tower, he could get the free kill onto the wolf. He actually gets the wolf kill. Archmage now very close. Level 2 achieved. And that's huge.
Denying that farm is really important too, because that means that once the blacksmith is up, the first rifleman won't be able to come out straight away.
Yep, everybody's actually making good moves here. Jatz a little bit too much tanking on this Farseer though. Look at the range of this tower. It's nuts.
Human tower imba. Said
I really
nobody
like
ever.
this from Jatz though. He's identified that the Archmage is just not here, and he's killing two
This-
peasants. It looks like.
AM standing still.
Yeah.
Footy's low. This is
He's-
looking really good for Jets.
He's got a
Two
foot sitting
peasants are
next
going
to
to
the
go
lounge
down.
as well.
3 peasants might go down, as well as the farm. I mean, Archmage really needed to just TP back and summon a water elemental here, because that's 4 peasants now that are dead.
He's gonna try to cancel buildings in the main, but none
There's
of them are
nothing
gonna be
there.
started. Yeah.
I mean, everything's falling apart here for Monk by the
Just
looks of it.
really-
Is he even
really
going to
warm
get his
up.
Mountain King? This altar's going to die. 4 grunts and a Farseer attacking it.
Halter's dead.
Alright, here comes the repair. 1 rifle out. Second
Those are
rifle
gold.
being
Those
produced.
are gold peasants. On the repair. Man, this
Archmage
hurts.
still
This
trying to
hurts
cancel
a lot.
buildings.
Oh, he's gonna get some.
Alright, so the Mountain
He's
King
gonna
is
get
going
the
to come
watch.
out because Jatz is being forced to town portal.
Man,
The
I think
damage is done.
I think Jazz could have stayed. Archmage is nowhere. He's never getting level 3.
At this point, what Monk needs to do is just, yeah, he's power building this farm, which is so crucial, and he needs a lot of peasants. Just build those peasants. Good job. He's aggroing the creeps in the middle of the map here. Gives himself something, but the grunts walk away anyway.
Alright. Now, Jazz, are you gonna creep the middle with TC?
He should. He's got enough grunts.
He's got 4 grunts.
Oh my
up
god.
against 2
Monk,
rifles.
Monk is going to
Monk's calling
contest the
militia.
middle with militia.
Calling militia. This is so bad. He has no wood already.
Oh, this is so unfortunate right now for Monk. This is going to be game. I think
Tried
he's
to
gone for
surround.
this.
Oh no.
The game plan got thrown off for Monk, and he just
He has to
didn't know
TP.
how to
He's
respond.
gonna lose a
Oh
rifle.
no. No.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright, he doesn't lose anything, but,
But that,
you know,
that,
the
rifle,
orc
that
player
rifle and
healed
one
up.
footy are so low. And there's no shop, no priest. Sanctum's just coming up now. And Monk's gonna go straight back.
He's so obsessed with trying to prevent this middle steal from happening. Is he going to get it? He's actually going to get it.
If
Pulling it back
Jatz
too far.
pulls the Farseer right now up the middle, gets level 2 and then goes up, he can chain lightning everything.
He's not even staying for level 2. He's checking
Alright,
if
so
it's
for
yeah.
Monk-
Might be a little mistake then.
This is somehow going to work out because the Farseer is trying to scout. He's assuming that Monk is doing the creeps next to his base. Instead, Monk is doing these ones. Gets a potion of greater healing, which is very good. Needs to put that over on the Mountain King. Everything needs to be on the Mountain King.
Todd wrote that
This is dangerous though. First Shaman out. Purge is available. If he doesn't run away right now, he's just going to lose everything.
Todd wrote in chat that he said to go double Sanctum, so I think he still wanted to
Yeah.
see that double Sanctum, but I'm guessing wood was maybe a problem this game for him.
Yeah,
Or he
I mean,
ignored Todd. I don't know, one of the two.
Double Sanctum's better than rifles, but Monk has been playing this for like probably 100 games in the last 2 weeks.
Ooh, the creep jack is real. The units are not healed. The big stomp is going to come in. He does have 1 priest now for the healing. Oh, excellent Stormbolt. Militia cold as well. If he fights in front of the Arcane Tower, there's a chance for Monk here, but it's not a good
No,
one.
He needs to get in the base. This is such a bad spot. Priest
Is
down.
someone streaming his game?
Yep.
Twitch.tv/Baron
Baron
TV.
Good thing is Jatz does not have lightning shield yet.
No lightning shield, just
It's coming.
purges.
It's coming. It's coming in like 10 seconds. It's gonna be huge. The lightning shield stomp is coming.
Good focus fire is going to take out 1 grunt. Level 2 on the Mountain King. Now, claps can be threatened in a second. Needs to micro these rifles back. Unfortunately,
There you
oh,
Ooh.
the stomp, the lightning shield. Everything's falling apart.
He saved the rifle. Now he's gonna focus the MK. Didn't check his items.
Actually, this fight's not going as poorly for Monk as it kind of initially looked. More militia coming
Now
in,
it's really bad.
forcing him out. But, you know, Monk's got no peasants, no wood behind this, no tech, nothing to follow up.
The only good thing here is Jatz
Oh,
has
so
never
creeps.
crept his expo.
The creep's actually aggroed onto Jatz as he's running
Oh,
and it
jeez.
blocked
He's
him.
stuck. He's stuck.
Alright, well, the proxy shot coming in value right here because otherwise Jatz would have to run all the way back across the map.
You know what I would like to see?
A level 3
Jatz.
Torrent Chieftain.
No, Jatz to creep, Monk's expo, an expo on it.
So if we look at the army composition, even though Monk has no wood, nothing going on, still 400 range on these rifles. That feels so bad, man. Even though he has all of these things going against him, he's actually got 3 priests and a decent number of rifles, and his army's starting to come together. He gets the level 3 on this Mountain King, which he won't quite out of this camp, but he'll get close. There's a path for Monk in this game.
Is Jatz got a 1 base? Looks like.
I think so.
Well, Jatz sees it, so let's see how this goes.
I mean, that's
now.
okay. That's okay with against
Level?
rifle caster.
Not
Level
the
3
greatest item.
Archmage
Just gonna
needs to
be nasty.
reposition.
Speed
This is
scroll.
the
Speed scroll.
No
it's a
dispel on
great
the
storm bolt,
priest.
but that's all you got is one storm
Purge the
bolt.
rifles.
No wood for the dispel research either.
That grunt block. Nice.
Here comes the stomp.
Monk's gonna fight him.
Militia into the fight. Lightning
Farseer's
shield.
got mana for chain lightning in a second.
Here comes another stomp in 3, 2, 1.
Triple kill. 4, 5,
Jeez.
6 deaths. Oh my lord.
So close to level 3 on this Mountain King. Literally 1 EXP.
Might as well just bolt the wolf at this point.
I mean, if they keep surrounding him like this, and he gets
He's
next.
gonna
class-
purge this Mountain King over and over. Get to the shop. Get
Not
to
if
the
he
shop
has
on
no
the
more
Mountain
shaman.
King.
TC has no mana.
Actually, good micro from Monk so far, and he's close to the shop. If he moves him a little bit up,
Jatz let him out of the surround.
He has no shaman anymore.
he's
Monk aimed
refusing
to absorb all
to
of
buy
that.
the healing potion at his shop.
He already bought it.
Yeah, he used it already, I think.
Buy a
Monk
second one,
holds.
man.
Monk
Oh, I agree,
holds.
but he did do it at least once.
And now, because Jatz is playing 1 base, this game, the longer it goes on, the win condition for Monk is to live long enough to get a level 5 Mountain King. Still only 400 range on these rifles, by the way. He has literally 0 peasants on wood.
It's 37 food of. Well, now it's 46, but that's just because a few units came out, and he has no peasants, so this is still pretty close.
Jatz floating 1.7k wood like a real Chad.
Well, he just pulled
Now
his peon,
Jatz decides
so
it's
there
time
you
to
go.
expand.
Now he's going to expo. Where's that peon going? The long way around. Okay.
But you know, every second, this Mountain King gets close to the level 5. He's halfway to level 4 right now. And even if you're up against a huge advantage,
There aren't
Once
enough
he-
creeps to get there. For sure.
he should really
TC.
just be doing like the turtles and the green at the bottom of the map. I don't think he can reasonably steal.
Alright, Jatz
Creeps
is
from
long
his
distance
opponent.
mining. Long distance mining. Jatz, what are you doing?
No, he's got an
Start the
expo.
camp.
This is a very close game, despite the early game going hugely in favor of Jatz. 44 supply now for Monk. Will he ever get enough wood to get the long rifles upgrade? Will he ever get enough wood to get... Oh, he does have a Depth Priest. He's got Dispel, but now he just needs the long rifles upgrade.
Dispel.
Maybe he's forgotten about it. He has the wood now. Oh, he's getting it! He's getting it!
How many minutes into the game is this?
This is the latest I've ever seen. If he bought a TP here, he could even go for an Expo cancel.
He's about to be 4-4 versus 3-3. All of these buildings are gonna get cancelled though.
No TP for Monk though. So
No
Cancel.
TP. One heal scroll.
Burrow might go up.
No long rifles.
This is gonna be a big one.
Ooh, saves himself. Now he can get the spells off on the priests. No invul potion either. The invul is only on the Tauren Chieftain, and the Mountain King is just gonna die here, I think.
Yeah, no invis.
No surround. Clap. Good clap. Whiff.
Oh, all of these
Whiff.
purges, the endless purge.
And stomp to finish it off.
Does Shaman just have purge? Look at this. Who needs raiders, man?
That was 4 full mana shaman purging over and over again.
Oof. But that was a close game.
Well, GG
Yeah,
by GG by Jatz, but the early game went so poorly for Monk.
That's what I was gonna say. If Monk gets a better early game this next time, it'll be a good game. I mean, that was a good game too.
I feel like he just needs to defend a little bit more.
Well, that's just, I think, part of, like, Jatz has been playing a while Monk has not been playing as often. I mean, recently he has been.
Grinchy spamming Dear Kai Big Brain in the chat.
Well played by Jatz.
Same game name? Or what's...
Yeah.
what's
Yeah. I mean, Monk even had, like, a footman sitting right next to the, to Jatz's shop, not doing anything. I don't know if that was just, like, a total misrally or if he had sent that over there to slowly try and, like, kill the shop or something. But he had footmen everywhere at the beginning.
Yeah,
he
the
did
real
do a very
trick
good
here
job
is-
at preserving footy life, because he was low on like 4 or 5 footies and they could never creep with them.
Yeah, that was because when he went down onto Jatz's side, the poison creep just took out like all the life on that one footy. So that's why he was like just sitting there. He had that 1 foot with him that couldn't really help anyway.
Alright, looks like they're playing on US West 4 now.
What's the name of the game?
Oh, there we go.
They-
Game name is Monk.
Yeah, they might start before though, but it's there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Northern Isles, the other map that Monk has been practicing religiously.
Yeah, I think he'll be a lot more comfortable on Northern Isles and Last Refuge.
Who picked game 1? Was it Monk's choice? I don't even
Game
remember
one
who
was.
gave it.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Let me pull up the GNL spreadsheet.
Yeah, I would, but then I freeze my screen.
Um,
Not that it actually matters right here, so I could do it.
First game host was Monk, and then loser's choice, so...
All right. Asia East. Was that what it was last time too?
Yeah, that's the fairest ping.
Yeah. No, that's what I was
So
curious.
Jatz is up 1-0.
Let's see if we see the Todd build again.
I think we're gonna see the Todd build every game. I think that's what Monk's
I wanted
been
to see
practicing.
Last Refuge, because Monk does the footy pull on the Shadow Priest blindly without scouting.
That's last map though, I think they said, right? If
Yeah.
it gets there.
If Monk wins this, you will get to see it. But I believe that we will see La Todd build every game.
Z Zomboy, yeah, Jats won game 1. It was a good game though. So this should be good.
Or Kimba,
Yeah, that too. That's what we're going
without
with.
without even using speed scrolls that much.
I mean, Jats is winning without HH. Jesus.
They might go headhunters on this map. I think
Yeah.
he would for sure on Lost Refuge. Like, look at these building placement for Jats. This doesn't look
Yeah, I was gonna.
normal.
I was kind
No,
of
this,
wondering about
it's
that.
fine. It's pretty normal.
Yeah, it's not that off.
It's normal if you want FP on micro, which is not. But
Hard to pee on micro at that.
I believe that this is
I mean, it's 120 ping. It's totally fine.
headhunters.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah.
We'll get to see some ape gameplay. Maybe
Now we definitely want to see that Jewel Sanctum out of Monk.
Has Monk been practicing versus any HH games? I mean, I know you and
he just
Qbert.
played a couple against Qbert.
Okay.
Jats is very good at this style, so this will be a true test, I think, for Monk.
Jatz is probably the best gym HH player, right? That's not like an actual pro
Definitely.
player.
I mean, that's because like all the other HH
don't
players left because of Kaiser.
We don't count people like Bazaar.
Here we go. Good creep. Good timing. Don't
I
get
mean-
it purged.
Aside the early game, I don't think Monk got outplayed last game, so maybe he'll actually do better. I don't know. Versus HH, we'll see.
Tanking a bit of damage on this militia right here, but otherwise, good aggro toggling. Creep camp's going to be done just as Jatz gets to his base. Needs to send those militia back.
Footy has seen the headhunters.
And the tower will be up
Oh,
in
no.
3,
Where are you going,
2,
Monk?
1.
Where are you going? You can still
Alright.
do a lot of damage with wolves if he just spawns another wolves and sends them in.
Monk needs to put these 2 guys on gold. He's got 1 idle militia as well. I think he's only got 4 on gold. Is he going to notice?
I think he believes that that militia went to gold.
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
good.
Alright, Jatz sees it right away, the creeping.
Ooh.
Yep. The Jatz is busy stealing the creeps on the other side, so I don't think Jatz can actually prevent the level 2 here. Although, maybe that
He pulled
Huntsman.
the one.
He almost
You think-
lost that hunt.
Can he get a Chad last hit on this huntsman? No.
He almost lost that
but
headhunter
now-
because of the ensnare too. That
All
would've
right,
been
so we're
horrible.
seeing the deviation already. Lumber mill now going down for Monk. No blacksmith. Farm going up as well. This
Defend
means it's
footy.
going to be
Defend footy
Sanctum.
already. Defend being researched after
That's 1 foot
3
down.
footies? I think this is a little early for
Yep.
defend.
3 footies into defend.
I don't see the third footy.
That's because
It's
he's dead.
dead.
Yeah, it just died.
Okay.
All right,
And
he's
he
got
bought
boots.
Yep, and no blacksmith, so definitely defend footies into double sanctum. This is all correct so far from Monk in terms of how you're meant to play this.
That should be a dead headhunter. There you go. The
It will be
boots.
with the boots.
It's gonna cost some footman life though. If Jatz did Jatz deny it?
Oh, he
No,
might
I
get
can't
both.
find it.
Oh,
No, he could have.
yeah.
Use your
I should've
defend. Toggle it on and off, Monk. Alright, so defend is finished. Footies are out. Oh, he's blocking his own footy. These wolves are going to chase it down.
He's got the block backwards. There you go.
There
I
we
don't know
go.
what he's doing with his archmage. He could be
Oh, he's
militia
microing other
creeping.
stuff. He's doing other stuff. No, you don't want to militia creep too much. He's going to realize the camp is already done with his militia as well. Has to send those militia back.
Feels bad, man.
He hasn't even noticed yet. Oh, there he goes.
But out of this, Mountain King, Double Sanctum are going to come down. And since he has defend, he can now actually defend here. Without defend, he'd be completely screwed.
Oh, the defense not even active on all of them. Oh, there we go. Alright. This is totally
Getting a lot
fine.
of
He's got
EXP
two
out of these
elementals.
wolves. Oh, he's got the cloak, so he can actually use the regen scroll if he chooses to. Mountain King coming. Regen scroll bought. He should be able to pick off 2 headhunters here or more with the defend.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get
Disastrous for Jatz. He has to be
He's
careful
gonna-
on his Archmage.
One of them's denied.
Oh,
Oh, he should have chased. He has the
Yes.
boots.
yes, he should have.
TC's hanging out in the middle. Without salves, he's missing out on some healing. But we're gonna see Tarn this game.
Let's see if he kills his own keep. I've seen players kill their own keep before.
And I don't know if you knew this, but Tarn are very good against breakers.
Yes, but Torn are very bad against slow.
True.
So the adaptation already coming from both players as it's halfway onto the tech to tier 3 for Jatz before even getting anything else going. Like,
Yeah, I think that's normal. You get Totem, tier 3, and then your second Totem on the way. But in a fight, if we get Master Tarn and like 2 or 3, or Master Walkers and 2 or 3 Tarn, human can't win a fight without really good kiting and Blizzard retrain.
it's a good creeping here though. from Mr. Monk. He's creeping the camps that are super easy with defend. But it's going to get scouted straight away.
Ooh,
Although this is a fight. It's not real. It's not real, buddy.
nice round either way.
There's no stomp, though. For level 1, he took Aura. This is definitely a fight that Monk should actually take.
And he's got priest pumping now.
He doesn't want to give up the
Yeah.
warbird item.
Defend.
There we go.
And back up and take the item. Because this is not a fight that you can even take with level 1 heroes as Jatz. Double Sanctum up, producing Priest, producing Sorks. He understands now the tech.
Not the worst item, but not the best item either.
I mean, he hasn't scouted this. I don't know.
Level
Does
2
Monk know
Mountain
this
King.
is coming? Like, does he know that this is like
I mean,
a
he
standard?
he saw the 2 walkers. He's got to know it's Tauren coming.
Well, I'm just wondering because he is still relatively new to solo. That's why. I mean, you could probably presume, but just off 2 walkers, you're not exactly sure. The newer you are, I mean.
I think Jack was playing Tauren.
And here, I think Monk's going to go for an expansion, which is, again, I believe this is the correct play.
Alright, Jack. Jatz just hit tier 3. First Tauren's coming out.
He has Pulverize, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh, we lost a walker to creeps.
That feels bad, man. Quick, research master and revive it.
he's actually getting master
Any,
now. but
any
no
advice
way
from
it goes.
Latod in the chat? Is there anything that Monk needs to be doing? How do
He's-
you win this game?
He stopped typing after he wrote /wrist after saying double sanctum last game, so I don't know if he's actually
Slashing
slashed his
his
wrist.
wrists?
Yeah. He might not be here anymore.
Feels bad, man.
In
As
many
we speak,
different
Todd's,
ways.
Todd's bleeding out on his floor.
No, he's here. He just said he's doing well so far. And actually
Yeah.
paid attention.
He's getting the expansion up.
He's getting both mid creeps, which is devotion aura, very nice.
Would have
Although armor doesn't matter against pulverize, but you know
He's
it's
got
good
level 3.
nonetheless.
Not bad.
He's out. He's got 3 MK. Nice.
You're never going to complain about getting an aura item at the shop, even if it's a bad aura. Could be so much worse.
He's getting control magic.
Alright, he needs to get a tower down at this expansion, because it's actually just about to lose all of these peasants to 1 Spirit Wolf.
Not if the spear wolf doesn't move.
There we go,
mana-
starts the tower.
Big mana for Jatz and Pendant of Energy. This is sick.
Todd, he was just researching control magic. Yeah, I think
so
it's
control
done now.
magic is done.
These are
Yeah.
some sick TC items.
Mountain King's not bad either, though. Evasion, Ring of Regen. The Ring of Regen's pretty meh. But the Evasion's actually pretty useful.
This Scout Footy is really nice, stopping any expo attempts.
He's using Patrol. That's how you know he's a StarCraft player.
Heal Scroll, I think Jatz is about to hit the expo now with Master
Yeah.
Walkers and 1 Tauren.
We'll see what big consumable
on
Monk
the way.
gets here. Monk's gonna have to TP right now.
Invul.
Potion of Invulnerability. Pick it up, Monk.
up.
Pick it up.
Oh no.
Or
Oh
don't.
no. Oh no.
He's almost
Okay,
level
he
4.
didn't pick up the Invul.
Very
He
nice
has the
clap.
spell. He has no mana on the priests. He took level 2 water elementals, not level 2 brilliance. That's why he has no mana on
Ooh.
anything.
These
Oh,
claps
this
are
is gonna
going.
hurt. Jatz, you need to revive your Tauren.
Don't tell him that.
Has he lost any? Oh, he's lost one. Okay.
He lost
I-
one. He has a full mana walker he could be reviving right now.
There he
There we
goes.
go.
Well, he's surrounding the MK, but the MK should
MK
not
has
die
a heal
anytime
Healthstone and
soon.
an Invul.
I think in a
I
thousand
really hope.
region,
Thank God. There we go.
in a ring of region.
These 2 berserkers on the bottom are doing work. Revive.
Oof.
Revive.
Monk, there we go.
Oh, the Mountain King.
Dude, these Tauren are just not killable. Each walker that comes in's got 2 revives if he doesn't use Link. You shouldn't use Link, it's just gonna get stolen anyway.
He's running militia to the middle of the map.
Ooh, that was a miss.
Ping. What you gonna do about it?
I mean, his ping is probably better than it normally is, so that probably actually screwed him
I
up.
think Jatz has got this in the bag. He's got 60 food. Level 4 TC.
4/4 heroes
Unkillable
now.
Tauren.
He needs to resurrect the one walker that's dead.
Jeez.
He
Look at
doesn't
his-
have food for it.
Oh, you need the food for it. Very interesting. Didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure anyway. Not absolutely sure.
You could be completely correct. I've never known.
This TC. Okay, never mind. Got it out. No invul pot or anything on the TC, so it's gotta be a little careful. Same with
A lot
Monk.
of breakers, but no Sork here.
Yeah, this is not a good fight to take.
Jeez, Monk is
These
getting
breakers
himself
are gonna
trapped.
get eaten up. As long as the TC doesn't die, we're good.
Level 2 TC ores going too hard.
Alright. It's a good shot placement.
It's level 4 on the FS now.
I mean, Jatz can just leave. It's totally fine.
He should.
I'd rather kill the MK.
Oh,
that-
2 hit
Wow.
points!
Pulverize?
If he gets a
Jesus.
pulverize,
Just hit
like if he
anything.
hits,
Oh, there we go.
yeah.
Rip. Rip. Jatz doesn't even care.
Monk had so much queued up in his Arcane Sanctums. He can't even rebuild the MK. He's max food.
That's a double kill and there's no revives.
Yeah, he killed the walkers with high mana. Unlucky.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Is Jatz throwing this?
I don't think it's
Jatz.
possible to throw this.
Revive's coming in now.
There's one.
The
Good
breakers
control
are all
magic.
really low.
Control magic, the other one as well.
Alright. Tauren back to life. Every walker that comes in has just got full, got mana for 1 revive. TC's got a mana for a stop now, too.
Oh, the
Nice
block.
blocks here with the slow and the wolf.
Jesus.
I mean, there's a lot of EXP to be feeding over. It's almost level 5 Archmage.
That was
But
like
it's almost level 5 Farseer TC as well.
that TC. I mean, that one Tauren was like 1/5 of a level.
And here comes the stomp, baby.
MK is still 3/4 of the way out.
Chain lightning.
He's got another revive and he's got 3 to torrent.
Yeah, he should be reviving right now. Tower's coming up.
Jatz. Jatz special.
Sounds like I'm missing a pretty epic game. I've just come back.
Another Tauren
Alright.
dies, another Tauren revived.
Water Tauren
Oh shit,
versus
Monk looks
Tauren.
like he's having a bad time.
Yeah.
Alright, he's about to focus the Archmage.
You know what though? I would be tempted to go level 3 elementals here. I think
Jatz
because
is
of
with
did.
his
very
with
low
his
mana.
stomp.
He did go level 3 elementals.
I think that's actually good.
The
He needs
MK's
the
out.
firepower right
MK
now.
just
There's no
locked
mana
in.
to dispel anyway on the walkers.
Get
Just-
the Mountain King out in the battle.
He's trying.
Is Mountain King dead? Where is he?
No,
He's
no,
back
he's
now.
alive again.
He just spawned. Oh shit, but he's in a horrible spot. Get him back, get him back, get him back. Come on, bro, move.
Oh my god, the tower steals a Tauren kill.
The tower last hit a torrent.
Yes, the tower last hit a
Shit.
Tauren.
Oh, you're right, it
Preventing-
did. I just saw that. Oh, fuck. Wow,
So-
he actually forced Jatz away out of that fight.
He
though.
only got
That's
one
pretty sick.
Tauren out of that whole thing.
We are in the game, so we're ahead of you by a fair bit on our commentary.
Okay,
Mr.
Tiny
Cooper.
Hall. Tiny Hall by Jatz. He's under 50 food now.
A player's forces are under attack.
Dang.
5/5 heroes without any red camps being crept.
Monk
That's
is
insane.
weirdly still in this game.
Yeah, he kind of is.
As
And
soon as the
honestly,
Walker mana is
The
been
shop If he goes to the shop now with the Invis Mountain King, steals the info potion, he can just go full hero focus, I think, in the next fight.
I don't think Monk has that killer instinct to do that.
He really should, though. Like, the Farseer is also a viable target. Level 5, he's going to feed a shit ton of XP if you can
Alright.
finish him off.
Monk's
Farseer's
just got a
not being
TP
heal
at
solved
least.
either. He's
Yeah, exactly. He's not healed. He doesn't know that, obviously, but...
Yeah.
Okay, he got the info. That's important.
These walkers only have very little mana, actually. There's
Yeah.
no more walkers being produced. This is a timing. This
I
could
mean,
work.
he took the Tiny Great Hall, so I took up all
He
his gold.
steals both the wolves.
Man, with the summons, I think he's got a good shot here.
Oh, this is a huge clap.
Oh my god.
The stomp does nothing. The breakers are hitting the TC.
Mountain
TC
King
has
looks
no
like-
mana.
That
I
TC's
see.
dead.
Oh,
Or maybe. No, there we go.
TC is dead.
The
Mountain
the
Kingaroo.
FS.
Archmage.
If
FS
the
can die now, too.
wolves don't get stolen,
Alright, never mind.
They
Just
can
kill all the units.
or can still win the fight.
He's gonna
Just
get
kill
level
the
5
Mountain
Oh my
Entei.
god.
Monk's
Farseer
got
Everything
this.
for Jatz is dying. These level 2 level 3 water elementals are killing everything.
Yeah,
There we
Battlements
go.
is super strong right now.
That was
Oh
awesome.
my
What
god.
a comeback.
What a game. What a series.
Monk's practice game is paying off.
Yeah, and Jatz failed to close it out with that push. He was like went a little bit too hard. He could have easily
Yeah.
backed off and taken expansion.
Oh, this is good though.
Man, that's so rough.
I would hate
Sick.
Monk
Sick,
Monk
though.
messaged me the other day. He's like, dude, I'm like 0-25 in human versus orc. And I'm like, yeah, but you're playing versus Cubert, Paz, you know, like
Yeah.
you are in this game. But
Yeah.
I'm
That's
glad
what I
to
told
see
him
that.
too. I said it doesn't matter if you haven't like won a game versus me. Like you're gonna do well versus your GNL opponents. It's fine.
But even if you beat Cuberte, it doesn't mean you can beat a GNL undead, apparently. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, if anyone wants to see that game, it might be on our YouTube. I'm just saying.
It's on Baron's YouTube.
Baron's
Playing
YouTube
like a 1200 player.
called
I have to, yeah,
Warcraft
they were
3
definitely your worst games.
Shin's
It was really,
YouTube.
it was brutal to watch.
Kaiser's
went
said
on.
on his stream, he's like, Phoenix, you don't ever respect your opponent unless you know who it is. And
That's
I'm
actually
like,
true.
Maybe that's true.
Monk has to restart. Wait, why is he bugged? Is it just the?
It can happen where you can't click any of the UI buttons.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure because I can't see who first typed. I wasn't
We
sure
can't
if
tell
that's what
who's
he's
bugged out
referring
either because of the way the UI is set up. There's no way to know if someone's bugged or not as well. They just have to tell you. It can be a very confusing affair at times.
Good series, good adaptations from Monk to go for the Sanctums, the
Yeah.
caster style.
I mean, I'm
yeah,
curious.
I practiced one game versus him on NIS as well. I played Farseer, Headhunter, Torn, Walker.
I think
But
am I
we
wrong
play quite differently.
with Jatz trying to expo right there? Like, he just didn't have any torn.
Yeah, I mean, he just didn't have enough at all. No mana.
He
on
just
Walker.
he assumed his opponent would be too timid to attack at that
Yeah.
moment, and it would pay off if if that work stays up for another 60 seconds. He's totally fine.
No, totally. But I'm just saying, like, he had one torn. He couldn't revive anything.
The big
Wait, what's-
mistake was Jatz didn't micro back his full mana walkers, and then 2 Torn
Yeah.
died after they were killed.
I mean, he
Yeah,
obviously
super crucial.
he stayed way too long down south. But I just mean, like, after TPing, I think trying to expo there was the wrong move.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that's it for Obs. Yeah. Right.
Jat's got 199 ping versus Monk's 11. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's better.
All right, deciding match. Deciding
Let's
match.
see if Monk can pull the Shadow Creep or Shadow Priest.
This better not
Oh,
come
Jatz 6.
down to that last fight like it did last time versus Ember.
1670 for Jatz. He's moving on up in the MMR, man.
That's what happens when you give Australians flow.
Ooh, I'm very worried about this monk altar placement.
I think you mean that's what happens when NA goes to Europe, right? Of course.
Why are you worried
we
about his
just go
altar
up in
placement? It's
MMR.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Oh, because the
It's,
hero could potentially spawn in between the trees.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not out of. I mean, you should just place your rally points accordingly.
Didn't
Yes, but if you rally to like the green camp, there's a small chance.
but
Yeah.
Hubert,
I never like personally. Yes.
didn't you talk to Monk about his rally points just like right before this game?
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually so bizarre. Like watching this is like deja vu. Like literally, we chatted about the same stuff. On this, I played the same strat against him as Jatz did, and now rally points. It was this map I talked to him about rally points. I was just asking him how he does it because he's had his hero stuck a few times. And I explained that I feel like the optimum way to put your rally point is to place one near your production building, but not extremely close and not extremely far. Like just an inch away, and then shift clicking your next rally point to the camp you want to go to.
Yeah, that's what I,
I can't
do.
even remember the last time I've had a hero stuck. Like it hasn't happened in forever. Not since I was a noob for the
It's
game.
also what
so-
you should do on many maps when you're trying to like get your hero to pop out close to the camp and you have a block like on Northern Isles. It's quite common that your hero pops on the wrong side of your altar if you don't do that, and then he has to walk all the way around.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to lose time, especially in this matchup where the human is under a lot of pressure to make a lot happen with
So-
very little
Alright.
resource.
No HH
So it is
this
Le
time, by
Todd
the
build
way.
and it is grunts. So Jat's going back to the classic, but this time it's one bar.
I think headhunters are quite good on this map.
I
Yeah, they're
agree.
quite
I'm
good. There's a lot of
I'm
camps to cook
surprised he's
very
not doing
easily.
headhunters.
Blade Master's good on this. I played a Blade Master game versus Monk on
No
this
tech
map as well.
for Jats. Finally has the wood. Bring the tech. Jats.
I think if you don't play Blade Master versus human a lot, it's very difficult to.
It's
to
very,
navigate.
it's
Oh
very
man,
difficult.
that militia.
Oh no!
There's the
Terrible
pull.
start for Monk.
Well, at least
He loses a militia at the same time as he's trying to do this pull.
Yeah. And he's going to take some damage on this hero here from the
Farseer's
wolves.
here. Oh.
He gets the priest, but it's going to take some damage. Hopefully he can get it away. Okay, so in my game versus him, I had the grunt on the other side ready to block. So I feel like this risk was this pool was very risky. Now does he deny the Watchman?
there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, he only gets that denied because he dispels the second wolf with the Shadow Priest, and now the Archmage is just 16 EXP away from level 2.
Level 2. So even one wolf kill will grant him level 2. Level 2.
He
And we
doesn't
see
have.
that the tech disparity is still fairly
Well,
large.
but
though,
he-
considering
but he's
that-
Player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, Footman's gonna die. He could get another deny here
Deny?
pretty easily. Yeah, that was a
Yep,
very
he
easy
got
one.
it.
Good job. So he delayed his tech, obviously, to buy the priest.
Priest
so
has
we
no
see
mana
that-
left.
Yeah.
Oh man, that peasant's blocking
Oh,
him.
and he's blocked himself with a peasant, and he's not moving it out of the way. I don't think he can even see it right now. He's not realizing that he's blocked.
But it's okay because the Arcane Tower just took all of the mana from the Farseer. His harass is
but-
over as soon as these two wolves die.
True.
You really
But
shouldn't
the
be
priest-
going
the priest
after
does
the.
die though, which is kind of bad.
It's fine.
Eh,
It had no
this is-
mana.
Yeah, no mana priest,
You
and
have
now
no
he's level
mana.
2. And there's gonna be one
Tyler,
more summon
Tyler
of
one
wolves.
does not deserve to be.
Tyler
Warcraft. Alright, last
Todd
pair of
says
wolves. here.
bruh in the chat.
I was gonna say, I thought I
No, I'm not sure what he's
recognized that.
referring to bruh.
Bruh Tyler 1 or bruh
Alright,
No,
we're seeing
Priest dying? Maybe
again,
you
we see the
clarify,
lumber
Todd.
mill.
Todd, would you like to join the cast for game 3?
I think it's a bit late but for that, but he can just log into GNL.
More like bruh, it's 5 a.m. in Europe right now. Jesus. Probably
Yeah,
in
but
his
you
bed.
know-
Jim
You know how long
back to
White Reptilian is
warcraft.com,
on,
by
right?
the way.
Yeah, but he doesn't sleep, that boy.
Yeah, he just talks about needing
Studies
sleep.
for finals, apparently.
Another wolf killed,
Yeah, he
level
studies and
2.
plays Warcraft 3, there's no sleeping.
This has turned into such a good start for Monk. Yes, he loses the priest. Yes, he lost
Player's forces
a militia
are under
creeping.
attack.
And he lost
But-
a footing.
Oh shit, we're seeing double beastery on the side of Jatz.
Double Beastery Wyvern. And there's
Probably
no,
Wind Riders.
there's
but
no
yeah.
blacksmith.
That FS though.
I was half
it's gotta
expecting
get
to
out.
see Shadowhunter, honestly. I thought
Is
he
it
might go
TC
full
still?
Shadow, but it's
I
TC.
don't think Monk knows how to deal with Wyvern if he goes for the caster build. I don't think he's ever learned that.
No, we've never done that in any of our games.
Alt tab.
The one thing I will say is when I play human person versus orc, I always add a tower near my lumber mill peasants, and I make it into a guard tower. Pretty much after I throw down either sanctum or double sanctum.
It's gonna lose
Because-
another footy.
Monk,
you
are
here,
you
Monk?
alt tab still?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what
no.
I'm wondering.
All the creeps are aggroed onto him at the same
Oh,
time.
there
Creeps,
it is.
Okay, he's there. I was gonna say could be pause if Monk wasn't here.
The troll camp is completely fired up, and the freaking Murloc is involved as well.
Oh no.
And he gets jacked, and he hasn't gained any XP
You
basically.
mean he got jatzed?
he got jatzed,
Oh,
and it
no.
is
First Wyvern are
double
coming.
murder.
Alright, can we just remove Last Refuge creeps from the map? Just from the map pool until the AI is bugged?
Can we just remove Reforged, and then that bug would never happen?
True.
Like,
Alright,
seriously.
I can't even click on the pig.
Monk has so many spare resources, like, there's no need.
Oh
you,
my
you can
God,
easily afford
Jatz.
power.
Everything is going wrong for Jatz as well, though. Everybody's getting screwed
Caught
by these
the
creeps.
Alright, creeps have won this game. Both players get a defeat screen.
Pretty much.
A player's
So he actually made sure he got the XP there, which is nice, attacking the keep with his arcane tower.
First
Monk
two
has
Wyvern out.
no idea that these wyvern are coming to kill him.
I mean,
But why he didn't send the wyvern immediately to the base, I'm not sure. I feel like you should
he
immediately
wants
send
to
it
he wants to creep faster for TC probably.
A whole potion of greater mana?
pretty pog.
You know, I have a feeling this Archmage is gonna last about 3.5 seconds against 4 Wyvern Chain Lightning Stomp.
I still feel like it's more important to send them
I'm
to
gonna lose a
harass
bunch
first
of
rather than
militia
creep.
here.
That's one.
Oh shit, he's not tanking with the MK or Elemental here, so a lot of damage being taken potentially too.
Priests are just healing up the militia.
Yeah, which is also
that are now
inefficient.
peasants.
And then he's
Oh,
gonna get
no.
jacked
Here we go.
horribly here. Now he sees
Archmage
one right.
need a TP.
Scroll.
Nah, he doesn't need to TP. Like, just he's gonna lose these militia, and he has to accept that. They're gonna die anyway, even if he TP'd. He needs to preserve his
Run.
TP.
This is the
Just keep
worst
running.
army you
Running
could
into the
imagine.
base. Okay, now he needs to TP,
Oh man.
or it's gonna be like 3 casters at least.
You mean
Two.
all
Okay.
this casters?
He can still fight
Yeah,
this.
probably all, honestly, this round.
Okay.
And he's not
Stop.
macroing behind this because he's completely flustered.
He's making a
I'd be tempted
blacksmith.
to pop the big mana right here, just to stop the casters. Is he gonna get one?
No.
No.
Yes, he will.
Yeah,
He'll get
it's-
one.
it's one. And he might pay for it with his MK.
He's making the blacksmith, but
He already
only
used
with
the
one
big
hero.
heal,
I mean,
so
with
this
one
is a dead
peasant.
man. Wait, he
Oh,
attacked the
no.
arcane bolt.
There we go.
Okay.
There's
I
the
think
big
Monk will be
mana.
disappointed losing the
Oh,
game.
nice.
This
I
round.
see him positioning.
We blocked that. That was good.
I think he's gonna be pretty disappointed about that. But he had no idea how to react, unfortunately, to the.
He didn't see it. Never saw it.
Yeah.
That was
So
a
if you
divided
watch,
by Jatz.
If you watch Carson's Theorycraft, he'll explain how Sock sends a footy on tier 2 to scout what production buildings and the expo timing of the orc.
Man, bloody, what's it called? Sock is such a good human player, man. I'm still
Plug
sick
it
to
in
watch.
for Back to Warcraft.
Respect to Jatz for playing a different strategy all 3 games, though.
I
Yeah,
think
he did.
I think
That
he
was a good
he
series.
totally did that on purpose, probably too, just because he knew Monk said, you know, like he's practicing a new matchup each week, or that's what he wants to do. So
Yeah.
throw things at him and see what works, because sometimes he might be
Yeah.
ready, and for some things like this, this is probably the first time he's seen it. I don't think any of you guys have done it to him, right?
Nah, none of us
I
have played
feel
Warriors.
like this is part of, and I know Todd is right that he should have learned how to play the dual sanctum style to a high level, but this is part of why when we were practicing I was trying to teach him how to do the rifle style, because even though it's not as strong, it doesn't have like this hard counter that you have to be completely prepared for. Like you can always fight any kind of army if you go for the rifle style. You just can't fight necessarily some of them very well. Whereas with this dual sanctum, if you're not prepared for the wyvern, you just die.
Well, I was wondering if Monk or Jatz was gonna come on in, but
Return to the chat, perhaps.
Alas.
Which of you? Or
it's silent. Oh well, there's
GG's,
Monk.
Monk.
What's up?
Good
A
games.
well played series.
Thanks.
Game 2 was
And
sick.
Jatz. And Jatz. We got a double interview here.
Jatz with his crickets.
No, he's unmuted now. There we go.
I
Well
was,
played, Jatz.
yeah, well played.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
So were the that last strat, Jats, just Mass Wyvern, was that because you just wanted to try something different, or was that your plan all along on LR?
No, I was going to play Headhunters Tauren again, but since I lost the game before, I was just sort of thought I'd set up for the hope for the best.
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had not practiced the dual sanctum build and with the scout. I needed a scout definitely, because I was practicing rifleman like the entire week, and then it did not work game 1, and then Todd messaged me, he's like, go fucking like dual sanctum, and so I was like, okay, I'll just go dual sanctum, and it happened to work out in game 2. Although I would have gone dual sanctum if I scouted headhunters anyway. So I'm like, okay, this worked out in game 2. Might like, well, I might as well try game 3.
Yeah, I only thought on LR because people do that. You know, they pull that camp, so sometimes you don't get scouted. So I was sort of hoping that after not seeing that, I was like, oh, I can go Wyvern, and yeah, worked out.
Damn,
Yeah, it was-
Jatz, too OP.
Yeah, it was a build order win, but hey, it happens, and you know, Monk put in work, but I think that was the first time you saw that strategy this week, so it was a good
It's a
idea.
shame the rifleman didn't work out in game 1. There's just too much pressure on you in the early game, I guess.
Yeah, like I felt like the defining moment was like the early game when I lost too many peasants.
Yeah, for sure. Because you actually were highly competitive in the fights after that, even being like no rifle range and no dispel.
Yeah, like I was consciously forgoing rifle range because like I think like the casters might have been like, oh, why isn't he going rifle range? But like I just had no wood the entire time, so I just had to keep pumping mineral units.
At one
Or
point,
gold
you
units.
literally had 0 peasants on lumber.
I know, I realized that.
That was pain, man. I understand.
Nah, either way,
Oh well.
it was.
Like it never came up in practice where like all the pressure was put on my base.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess it's just not a style we play.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it was-
chats for
it
you.
was- I'm pretty aggressive with my play, and when you sort of, I just didn't know where you went, so I was just didn't know what else to do, so I just went for the base. Yeah.
I guess the right play there might have been to even TP back with the level 2 Archmage, because just like having them there hitting things with the water elemental is quite a lot. I'm not sure actually. I mean, I'm not expert on human.
Unfortunately, none of us are an expert on that matchup in this chat.
Yeah, where's Hippo
Hi,
when you
yeah.
need him, right?
If you're still watching, what do I do there?
I'll be like, well, first you never build rifles, and then you win the game with the 2 Sanctums.
But honestly, the trouble is though, like the rifles are there to facilitate you being able to cancel the expansion of the orc or fight the orc as the expansion comes up. If you go double sanctum, you'll never be able to contest this expansion
Yeah, totally.
because
And,
you're
like-
so weak without rifles on tier 2. You're gonna get raffle stomped if you try and come over to the orc side early.
Yeah. Yeah, I was totally planning on not pressuring, like not trying to contest that expo with the spellbreaker build.
I gotta
Well-
say though, I was hella impressed in game 2
When you have
from both
sorceress,
of
it's
you.
good.
I was extremely impressed with myself too, to be honest, because I was like, I was kind of learning on the fly. Like I lost the fight
Yeah.
at my expo so hard, and then I realized I kind of have to not focus I have to focus the back line because the Tauren kept getting rezzed.
Yes.
And like I learned that in the middle of that fight, and I adjusted afterwards.
Yeah, the walkers are actually really vulnerable because the thing is, the orc really doesn't want to have to use Spirit Link, right? Because you're just going to steal it with breakers. And he wants to preserve all the mana he can for Ancestral Spirit. So, if you can get a bolt onto a walker that has like really high mana, like say 600, because they have 600 mana on Master, by the way.
Mhm.
So if you can bolt one and get rid of it, and it had like full mana or nearly full mana, then you basically saved yourself having to fight against 2 Tauren over the course of a fight. And also the trouble in if the orc gets a really good stomp and he speed scrolls in, he can get the berserkers kind of in a cone around all your casters.
Yeah,
And
I
this is
noticed
something
that
you really have to
happened.
prevent. Yeah, that's something you have to try and prevent because it's devastating when it happens.
I attacked at the last fight because I realized I clicked on his TC and I realized he had no survivability items. So I was like, I'm just gonna kill the TC.
Works.
That was a good choice.
And I didn't feel comfortable like winning like the long game because he had better tech than me. Or expoing.
What, that second game?
Yeah, the second game.
Yeah.
I only want to talk about the second game of all these games that I played.
It was a pretty fun game. I really enjoyed that second game too.
I think the first game was actually super sick as well. Like that game was much closer than I ever thought it would be based on the first 4 minutes. Like it looked dire, and then somehow it turned out to be a really close game.
Yeah, I never felt that like that game was that even. Like I definitely thought like the game was closer than what I thought it was in the beginning few minutes, but then like, but like I never felt like it was like particularly close. Like I felt like I kind of went even or lost every fight, to be honest.
I mean, throughout the fight, throughout the game, you were a little bit behind on food, but you also lost so many peasants that like your army sizes I think were relatively the same. That's why you were still in it, even though you took such a beating at the beginning. That's what we were really saying.
Yeah, I kind of suspect if you just like got a TP and when you went to the expansion, canceled and killed the stuff that was going on there, and then TP'd out, you might still be in that game because your armies were actually very similar.
I had the exact same thought, and the problem is I wasn't sure of his expo timing, so I was like treating it as an all in because in my head like he had that expo for a lot longer, so I had to all in, so I had to put all my money into
heal scrolls and
heal scrolls and like heal scrolls and like units and stuff. That like I didn't even consider that like his expo might just be going up and I could cancel it. Like I totally would have wanted a TP once I saw the expo was only halfway done.
Like
yeah.
The fight before that, I was thinking you did great where you aimed down all of the shaman when I don't think he was exactly looking because he was like chasing your MK or something in circles.
Yeah, the MK did, he tanked a lot, did a lot of work.
But then that last fight, as Paz was saying, he rebuilt like 5 shaman and they were just constantly purging that MK. Nothing you could do about it really at that point. Definitely had to be a TP if anything. But
I think I could have gotten my way with an invul.
But
yeah,
I mean, can't you purge? Oh, invul. Sorry, I think I said invis. Yeah, probably. But that was a sick series. You thought that he was going to outclass you, but that was good. I think everyone had fun watching that, especially game 2 because everything's reviving everything, but everything's getting clapped to death. So
I keep matching you up against people who are pretty much your skill level, but slightly better. Maybe next week it'll go the other way.
I'm not playing next week, so
yeah,
hopefully not.
Everyone's got to take a break at some point. So this was Monk's week off. It's got to happen sooner or later. But
which team is your team playing next week?
What team are we playing?
Yeah, what team is Monk's team playing next week?
We're playing Happy Hippos.
Happy Hippos. Wow,
Seth
that's a scary team.
And Hippos team.
Happy Hippos team might be the strongest team.
No, we're gonna have some fun matchups. There's Imp Daddy versus Masha. That should be weird because it's Masha.
That will be weird.
She always does something weird.
Then some weird shit too.
Is that how you say it, Masha?
Masha, yeah.
That's what people tell me after I kept saying Mawa. So
it's a pretty common European name, Masha.
That's what I say too, Mawa.
And then we got
the W is a sh.
We got Ambition versus Niklaus, so maybe he can pull out the orc on someone else.
Feels bad, man.
Nah, that should be another good match.
Do you know if all the matchups are listed yet?
I'm looking at the list now. It looks like 8FA versus Monkeys just got posted, but not the Tavern versus Clutcher King.
So Baron, you might want to watch my game. I'm playing Undead.
Oh God. If you win, then all I can hear is Undead Imba.
If I win, it's gonna be Undead Imba for sure.
I think Orc Imba this week.
Apparently not. If you look at,
oh God. Phoenix Mike.
Imba. All right. Well, I think with that, I'm gonna turn off the stream. That was a sick series, and
All right, mic check.
well, it's good
Yeah, you're
now.
good.
But now
It's less underwater.
all right, guys, I'm turning it off. I think everyone in the chat was actually from Gym anyway. But if you don't know what that is, the Gym Newbie League. Join us on Discord, gym.backtowarcraft.com.
See, we got Baron, we got Nova, we got Monk, Jack, Sean, Paz, Ice Cream, Todd, Tori.
V and
3
K.
people.
I mean, I saw
You
Shooter
got
in
the
there earlier.
Bido Killer.
A couple of my friends are watching as
Yeah,
well.
I saw that.
We
Gotta
have
get them
Z-Sub
in there
boy.
too. We gotta get them all playing Warcraft again. Then we
Hey,
can.
yo, Monk and Paz, sorry about raging earlier, man. I've been having some internet troubles, and that shit was making me angry. Sorry about that, guys.
All right, so
problem,
I'm
man. I
logging
didn't
off.
even-
I'll see you
I
guys
didn't think
later.
anything of it.
See you, Baron.
All right, good.
Well, I mean, I'm logging off the stream. I'm still
Oh,
on
oh.
Discord with you guys.
It'll be like nothing happened.